everybody.
Shabbat Shalom, Cantor.
It is so lovely to hear people enjoying each other's company.
Yes, and it's hard to figure out where to take a seat because there's so many people that you can sit with. So I'm going to invite everybody who's on Zoom to take their seats. And I'm going to invite everybody who's in the sanctuary to take their seats. And we will be able to start our Shabbat service and welcome Shabbat among us.
Shalom Aleichem. It's good to be welcomed. Shalom Aleichem, Aleichem, Shalom. Shalom Aleichem, Aleichem, Shalom. Shalom Aleichem, Aleichem, Shalom. Shalom Aleichem, Aleichem, Shalom. Blessed, 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 blessed will you be when you enter in. Blessed, 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 blessed will you be when you choose to go. Blessed, 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 blessed will you be in the here and now. Blessed, 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 blessed will you be forevermore. Baruch atah b'voecha, Baruch atah b'tzeitecha, Baruch atah b'voecha, Baruch atah b'tzeitecha, Baruch atah b'voecha, Baruch atah b'tzeitecha, Baruch atah b'voecha, Baruch atah b'tzeitecha. Shalom Aleichem, Aleichem, Shalom. Shalom Aleichem, Aleichem, Shalom. Shalom Aleichem, Aleichem, Shalom. Shalom Aleichem, Aleichem, Shalom. Blessed, 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 blessed will you be when you enter in. Blessed, 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 blessed will you be when you choose to go. Blessed, 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 blessed where you live and where you love. Blessed, 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 blessed where you work and where you pray. Baruch atah b'voecha, u'baruch atah b'tzeitecha, Baruch atah b'voecha, u'baruch atah b'tzeitecha.
I'd like to invite up to the bima Jen Dawson and Mindy Marburg to light our Shabbat candles.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshitanu b'mitzvotav v'tihal me'er Shabbat.
Amen.
We didn't practice.
Okay, so thank you so much for welcoming Shabbat, and we're so happy that we're able to honor you today and this Shabbat, Mindy. But I'm going to ask Jen to come and stand with Cantor and I. So after a year, you know that I love this kind of, you're going to stand facing us. There you go,
You got it.
That I love doing this kind of thing, whether it is blessing somebody before they take a trip to Israel or saying a blessing for a birthday or an anniversary. I love this bit of blessing people blessing people before a wedding. I love this bit of blessing people and celebrating what's happening in their lives. So you are about to be a traveling person, a traveling author. You're going to be on a book tour that's incredibly exciting. So for you, I hope that you are blessed, just as we just sang in the song, that you're blessed in your going out and that you're blessed in your coming in, and that you find fertile ground for the people who haven't met you yet or read your book yet, and that you find inspiration for the next book that you're working on already, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So I'm hoping that it ends up being an amazing, amazing trip for you. So we're going to do Birkat Kohanim because that is an all-purpose blessing. May God bless you and keep you. May God's face shine upon you and be gracious to you. Shalom. May God's face be lifted up to you, and may God grant you the most precious of God's blessings, the blessing of peace. Have a wonderful time. Enjoy it so much.
Mazel tov. Do you want to tell everybody what your book is called?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Come to the microphone.
It's called The First Bright Thing, and you can get it at Bookworm or Barnes & Noble or anywhere.
The First Bright Thing by Jen Dawson.
Yes.
There we go. Everybody look for it.
Thank you.
So with that excitement, it's time for us now to center ourselves and to prepare ourselves for Shabbat services. I think all of you have heard me do this enough that you're already starting to physically rearrange your bodies, and you're sitting up straighter so that you can breathe more easily. You might be putting both feet flat on the ground. You might be uncrossing your arms. You might even close your eyes. Whatever's comfortable for you is what you should do or you would want to do. And I'm going to invite you to take 3 deep breaths. 3 is the number of intention, and you are the one who's going to set your intention for this Shabbat. Your intention for this Shabbat might be to celebrate and have wonderful time with your sacred community, because this is an amazing sacred community. It makes it very hard for me to leave. It might be that you are putting down all of your burdens of the week and just putting aside the checklists and just putting it all away and down so that your shoulders can actually go down. Could be that your intention for this Shabbat is to encounter the holiness that we find in sacred time and with God. Whatever your intention, it's yours to set. I invite you to take 3 deep breaths.
We welcome Shabbat with Lechadodi. Lechadodi likrat kala, peni Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala, peni Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, ishmi'anu el amiuchad, Adonai echad, o shemo echad l'shemo tiferet ve'litchila. Lechadodi likrat kala, peni Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala, peni Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechuvnecha, ki mekor habiracha mirosh mikedem, nesucha sof maaseh b'machshavat tchila. Lechadodi
לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
התעוררי, כי באורך קומי, אורי, שיר דברי כבוד אדוני, עלייך נגלה.
לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצולתך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, we join together.
לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Hasharet, Malachi Elyon, Bimelech, Malachi Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bachem leshalom, Malachi Hashalom, Malachi Elyon, Bimelech, Malachi Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni leshalom, Malachi Hashalom, Malachi Elyon, Bimelech, Malachi Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem leshalom, Malachi Hashalom, Malachi Elyon, Bimelech, Malachi Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Please rise as you are comfortable in doing so as we continue with our service.
Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, 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 yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai.
Please remain standing. Please read together with me. This is an hour of change. Within it we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim.
I invite John Leo to come and share in Ahavat Olam with me. Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amecha Avta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, Adonai Eloheinu, B'shochenu, V'komeinu, Nasiach, B'chukecha, V'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, U'v'mitzvotecha, כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נגי יומם ולילה. Thank you. Shema be seated. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי
ואתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם, אמת.
We are Israel, witness to God's covenant. We are Israel, forbidden to worship power. We are Israel, prophets of a vision for all. We are Israel, schooled in the suffering of the oppressed. We are Israel, trying to beat swords into plowshares. We are Israel, teaching sacred words from Torah. Hate evil and love what is good. Let justice flow as a mighty stream. We are Israel, proclaiming your truth, as we did on the shores of the sea.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש נורא נורא, נורא תהילות עושה פלא. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש נורא נורא, נורא תהילות עושה פלא. מלכותך ראובנך, בוקע ים לפני משה ומרים. זה לי, ענו ויאמרו. מלכותך ראובנך, בוקע ים לפני משה ומרים. זה לי, ענו ויאמרו. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש נורא נורא, נורא תהילות עושה פלא. אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש נורא נורא, נורא תהילות עושה פלא, עושה פלא, עושה פלא. John, would you please come back up as we welcome the day of Shabbat V'Shamru. We are commanded to remember the day of Shabbat. It is a covenant for all time between us, the people of Israel, and between God. And we hope that by celebrating Shabbat, it will help to remind us of the ways in which we are connected to Judaism, connected to God, connected to each other.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם, ברית עולם.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם Eshet yami asa Adonai, asa Adonai, et hashamayim ve'et haaretz, uvayom hashvi'i Shabbat, Shabbat vayinafash. Thank you.
We continue with the Amidah, the prayer that is said standing. So if you are comfortable in standing, now would be a good time to stand.
Adonai, sifatai tiftach, ufi agir tehillatech. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol, HaGibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. מוריד הטל, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, צומח נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחייב, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
We take a moment now for our own individual prayers.
Shalom bimrom av, uyase shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru
prayers asking for God's healing blessing. After I read those that we're remembering as a congregation, I will invite those in the sanctuary who would like to add names, and those who are joining us on Zoom. Now would be a good time to enter the names of those you would like included in our prayers for healing. On this Shabbat, we are keeping in mind Susan Alexander, Joe Alvarado, Susie Anderson, Hal Arnold, Juventino Avalos, Virginia Becker, Tony Beraldi, Jeff Bradfield, Jean Brosco, Lisa Brunkhorst, Hildardo Carrera, Sandy Christofferson, Ed Cohn, Joseph Conant, Kevin Cooper, John Cunningham, Jen Dawson, Dominic Eads, Ariana Elness, Mildred Fisher, Jenny Forel, Judy Kyman, Ronald Kaplan, Nancy Katz, Karen Levin, Norma Levinson, Pablo Radigaruba Lopez, Brandy Matson, Emily McWhirter, Carmen Munn, Brian Nog, Pedro Comio Limpio, Nadine Ostro, Doris Parker, Wendy Passer, Gail Peterson, Jamie Poole, Mark Ratner, Gloria Romero Downing, Holly Rosenberg, Samuel Rosinski, George Sachs, Steve Seglin, Teresa Serrano, Linda J. Sherman, Leon Simard, Teresa Smith, Dee Dee Spiegel, Chrissy Swenson, Sarah Jane Tietzel, Mason Volkman, Laura J. West, Barb Wigg, Brent Wine, and Kate Ewell. And among those in our sanctuary, are you remembering those for healing? We also keep in mind Mimi Rogers, Scott Farkas, Eli, Claire Agar, Lloyd Agar, Ted Agar, David Irvine, Bob Pearson, John McGee, Patricia Anderson. For those that we've named and for those that we keep close in our hearts, we ask God's healing blessing.
Avraham, Yitzchak, veYaakov. Mi sheberach imoteinu, Sarah, Rivka, Leah, veRachel. May the one who blessed our mothers, may the one who blessed our fathers, hear our prayer, 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 and bless us as well. Bless us with the power of your healing. Bless us with the power of your hope. May our hearts be filled with understanding and strengthened by the power of your love. Bless us with a vision for tomorrow. Help us to reach out to those in pain. May the warmth of friendship ease our sorrow. Give us courage, give us faith, show us the way. Mi sheberach avoteinu, mi sheberach imoteinu. Hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear
I collect postcards with interesting images on them, not necessarily for places, but just things that attract the eye. One of my favorites is a beautiful green forest in the background with a path at a crossroads. In the foreground is a simple sign that reads, "This way." Clear, right? Not really, because the shape of the sign points to both the left and the right. It's hard to know which way we are to go. Ahead, left, right. Sign's not very clear, even though it is very obvious. Different idea. Imagine a cloud filling our sanctuary, just like the special effects in the movies. It comes from the ark and flows across the altar, slowly filling the space as we watch. We can see the cloud and even see through the cloud in places, but we can also feel it, not the same way that we feel the cool dampness of fog, but we feel a physical presence that pushes against us, gently pushing us out of the door of the sanctuary. It follows us outside, and as the sun sets, we can see the cloud begin to glow, not with the reflected light of the sunset, but with a steady internal light, as if it were fire. We can only vaguely imagine this tangible proof of God's presence, the pillar of cloud that traveled with the Israelites by day and the pillar of fire by night. We know that the cloud has more of a physical presence than just fog or cloud, because it prevents Moses from entering the tabernacle, the Mishkan, when it resides there. This tangible proof of God's presence with the Israelites was always visible to them and guided them. When the cloud dwelled in the Mishkan, the camp stayed in place. But when the cloud lifted, they knew it was time to pack up and get ready to move. In this week's Torah portion, Parashat B'yachad, we read, "On the day that the tabernacle was set up, the cloud covered the tabernacle, the tent of the pact, and in the evening it rested over the tabernacle in the likeness of fire until morning. It was always so. The cloud covered it, appearing as fire by night, and whenever the cloud lifted from the tent, the Israelites would set out accordingly. And at the spot where the cloud settled, there the Israelites would make camp. Day or night, whenever the cloud lifted, they would break camp, whether it was 2 days or a month or a year. However long the cloud lingered over the tabernacle, the Israelites remained encamped and did not set out. Only when it lifted did they break camp. In a sign from the Eternal they made camp, and on a sign from the Eternal they broke camp. They observed the Eternal's mandate at the Eternal's bidding through Moses." The Israelites not only have a tangible sign of God's presence, but also divine guidance through the wilderness. Notwithstanding all the jokes about why they spent 40 years in the wilderness, God is guiding them. In fact, according to Rabbi Samson Raphael Hirsch, that is the whole purpose of the journey. So the Israelites get used to listening to God, even when it seems counterintuitive. So with divine guidance, would they need to engage the services of a guide? Think back to the sign that I mentioned as I started this evening. The sign is clear and not clear at the same time. This week, we also read of Moses' negotiations with Hobab, who may or may not also be known as Jethro, Moses' father-in-law. Moses asks Hobab to come with them and to share in God's generosity as they set out for the land. Hobab is reluctant, saying that he wants to go home. Moses then says, "Please do not leave us, inasmuch as you know where we should camp in the wilderness and can be our guide. So if you come with us, we will extend to you the same bounty that the Eternal grants us." It seems that Moses wants a guide for the journey through the wilderness. In the end, does Hobab join them? We never get an explicit answer. We do know that the Israelites continue their travels. Assuming that Moses has been successful in getting a guide, just who is guiding this group? God or the guide? Both. Both are leading the Israelites through the wilderness. Moses and the Israelites need both divine guidance and a practical, relatable human guide. They need God to show them where to go in a general way as they form their relationship with God. They need Hobab to show them the details. The pillar of cloud can go everywhere and anywhere. People can't. The pillar of cloud, the Israelites need Hobab to show them not just where to camp, but how to set up the camp, what dangers to avoid, and everything else that a guide would know. In other words, there is a partnership between God and humanity. We need to act as well as trust in God, because we never know when our own actions will be God's answer to our prayers. We are only human, after all.
So last week was our official goodbye to Rabbi, but you're here this week, and I didn't get to talk last week, which is okay, because it makes me nervous. But I did have a song that popped into my head today that I had not thought of for many, many years, and I said, I need to sing this song. So our song is called Wisdom of the Heart. And I think that the leadership that Moses is trying to find in the desert and wandering around is a good, he's connecting with our ancestors as they try to find wisdom of the heart to find the right path. And you have blessed us with wisdom of your heart. And I pray that you will be blessed as you go on your way, that you are blessed by the memories that you have had from us and your year here, blessed by the strength of the colleagues that you hopefully will bring with you, and blessed by all of the traditions that the song mentions, that you'll be like Ruth and like Isaac and have the strength that God blesses them with come with you as well. So may God bless you with the wisdom of the heart. May God bless you every day. May God guide you on your way. May God bless the laughter and the learning that we share. May God hear our prayer. May God remind you of your deeds. May you remember others' needs as you are walking down the paths from which you came. May God bless your name. Ani holech kevach halom, kol tzad mekarev leshalom. Ani holech kevach halom, kol tzad mekarev leshalom. May God grant you the courage of Ruth. May God give you the strength to seek your truth. Like Isaac, may you feel God's loving embrace. May God shine the light upon your face. May God grant you wisdom of the heart. May God grant us courage as we part. May God grant us strength to face the the tears and fears we share. May God hear our prayer.
We continue now with our closing prayers, our concluding prayers. I invite all who are comfortable in doing so to please rise for the Aleinu.
Aleinu לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם לחלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Please be seated. If you are joining us on Zoom, you are invited to put into the chat the names of those that you are remembering at this time of memory. If you are in the sanctuary, as I mention a name, if you are here to remember that person, you are invited to please stand if you are comfortable in doing so. And then when we have mentioned all the names that we will mention, then we will stand as a community in support of the mourners. We are in the period of Shiva, the first 7 days of mourning for Muhammad Sami Mackey, Carol Smedland. We are in the period of Shloshim, the first 30 days of mourning for Nancy V. Hornstein, Chad Thomas Schaefer, Alexander Lee Christensen. And we remember the yahrzeits, the anniversaries of the deaths of Lucille C. Albert, Arnold Nathaniel Aronson, Norman B. Batt, George Becker, Arthur D. Brandeis, George Eisenberg, Jacob M. Ehrman, Dora Robinson Fetter, Jenny Finkel, Ethel Fox, Joe Frank, Arlene Moskowitz-Fried, Rose Friedland, Ruth Friedman Greenberg, Sylvia Selner Katzman, David Krantz, David Levine, Milton S. Livingston, David Miller, Charles Mogul, H. William Rubin, Philip G. Schrager, Jack Schwimmer, Stanley Bud J. Schlossberg, Selma Rose Trediak, Zelda G. Waxenberg, Bernard J. Wolpa. In the sanctuary, if you are remembering someone, I invite you to stand and say their name. We stand as sacred community in support of the mourners as we say these words together. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach yiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh, b'chayechon of yomechon of chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala uvizman kariv yimru. Amen. Yehi shmei rabba mivarach leolam omei omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei kudsha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechamata. Da'amiran be'alma v'yimru. Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemayim. V'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. V'yimru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. V'yimru. Amen. We're also remembering Max Shapiro on this Shabbat. I invite everyone to please be seated, except if you're a board member. If you're a board member, pop right back up. Come on. Wave your hands in the air so that people can see you. If you have something that you would like our Board of Trustees to know, these are the people to find. Go talk to them during the oneg. And even if you just want to say hi, that would be great. I would like to thank our musicians this evening, Julie Sandine and John Leo. Thank you so much. It was just delightful to have you duet with Cantor Alexander. That was just lovely. I would like to thank our tech folks, which I think is Eli and Sarah and Dory and Nate and maybe a couple of other people that I haven't seen yet. Our Oneg Shabbat is sponsored by Mibsy Brooks, and our Oneg Shabbat is in honor of Mindy Marburg, who did such wonderful work on the archive exhibit. So, A, enjoy the amazing Oneg Shabbat, but B, tonight would be a great night to go see that archive exhibit if you haven't taken a look already. It's really very beautiful, and there's a lot of wonderful stuff in there. And I would like to thank Rabbi Terry Appleby for being here this evening. Okay, please attend our annual meeting this Tuesday, June 13th at 7 p.m. in person or on Zoom. We will be doing a State of the Congregation address, giving out awards, and voting on the upcoming slate. We have many summer events coming up. June 17th, we're doing a Temple Tots Splash Pad Shabbat and Havdalah from 4 to 5:30 p.m. Please register to attend to receive location information. Mark your calendars for July 7th. The clergy team will be doing their first Shabbat service with Rabbi Benjamin Scharf. The following weekend, July 14th to 15th, is Pride Weekend. If you want a new shirt for this year, please order them from our website by July 1st in order to have them in time for the parade. Save the date. Monday, July 24th is our annual golf outing. This year is a shotgun scramble. I'm not a golfer. I have no idea what that means, but those of you who are golfers probably do. Registration opens soon.
Baruch atah Adonai
Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho b'yahava u'ratzon inchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh bereshit. Ki hu yom techila lemikrai kodesh, zecher letziat Mitzrayim. Ki vanu v'charta v'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha Be'ava uvrat Shaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat.
L'chaim.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
B'te'avon. As our final Shabbat with Rabbi has come, we would like to send her off with a blessing that we can all sing together. The words are on the screen. We can sing, "May we be blessed," or we can sing, "May you be blessed," because we do wish to be blessed as you have blessed us over the past year. But we also wish that you are blessed in all of your future endeavors. Would you like to tell us where you're going in just a week or so?
Well, more than just a week, because, oh my goodness, there's so much still to do. Now I can finally share it with you, because I know many of you have been asking. Next year, I'm going to be in Park City, Utah.
So if you go skiing, go to the synagogue too. May we be blessed. John, when you come up and join as well.
May we be blessed as we go on our way. May we be guided in peace. May we be blessed with health and joy. May this be our blessing. Amen. 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 May this be our blessing. Amen. 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 May this be our blessing. Amen. May we be sheltered by the wings of peace. May we be kept in safety and love. May grace and compassion find their way to every soul. May this be our blessing. Amen. 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 May this be our blessing. Amen. 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 May this be our blessing. Amen. Mazel tov. Shabbat shalom. Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you.